Hey everybody, this is a tutorial on my truck here. It's a 2016 GMC Denali 2500 heavy duty. I'm only posting this video because when I was in the market for this particular lift, there was no videos up, and this is pretty much how I was trying to define if I was going to get this lift or not. So what we have is a 5-inch rough country suspension. That brought up the front end to another 5 inches. I believe it's 2 or 3 inches in the back with the blocks. I was able to put on the 20 by 10 with the -12 offset wheels. That was able to fit with this particular lift with some cutting. The wind guard in the front had to be trimmed down, and then on the passenger side, some of the fiber cloth in here that kind of buries the sound had to be cut as well. With this kit, I upgraded the shocks to a dual reservoir Fox 2.0 shocks, and it rides really smooth. Now, the pros and cons of this lift: the pro is, for me and my style, it wasn't too big. You know, it's tall, but not extremely tall to where it's unfunctional, because I do some towing, things like that. So it's super functional, and the height is perfect. Maybe if I could have squeezed 1 more inch out of it, that would have been nice, but it functions, and I really enjoy it. Now, some of the negatives on this one, if you look in here on this, I forget what you call that, with the upper control arm sitting on, it's developed a little bit of rust. That comes off pretty easily, but I would have liked if that wouldn't have happened when we had our little rains here. So I'm not sure what that may be from, but it comes off. Now, some of you off-road guys, you know, unlike myself, this is a pavement queen. Probably will never see much off-road. It's a very expensive truck. But if you come down here, my cameraman, which is my son, would listen. Show them down here on the angles. So down here, I'm going to show you the CV angles. They're actually pretty straight, so I'll get a good shot of those, because that was some of my concern before I put the kit on, was just what the angles were going to look like, because I didn't have much info on this kit. So I mean, they're a little pitched up, but it's nothing to be concerned about. They're actually pretty straight, considering what some of these other kits look like. So the ride quality is good, but the let me see, some of the negative, and I don't even know if this is a negative. I still have to take it in for the tune-up, which is due at 1,000 miles, and I'm pushing 1,000 miles on it, so I'll be going in for the tune-up on it. But the only negative I could say with the kit, I've had it on now maybe 2.5, 3 weeks. It's starting to squeak, and so that could just be that the joints need to be lubricated. So I'm not going to knock rough country quite yet, just because I don't know if that's an actual problem yet. But I could have done without that. I would have been a lot happier if I didn't have that. So here, I'll take a shot of the truck itself, and you can see the whole thing. So that's how the truck sits. And also, which is pretty cool, which I hadn't seen too many of, was these are the fuel Mavericks, I believe, and they have it's in a gunmetal gray, which is super cool for this gray truck. It fits the truck perfectly. It actually brings out the gray in it, versus some of the black wheels that everybody's using, which are, you know, a dime a dozen. So this gave the truck a really cool look. And then on the steps I used, instead of using the drop steps that everybody's using, those automatic ones, I went with the Weston HDX bar here, and that gave the truck a cool little off-road rugged look, I think. So it fit my taste. And that's the truck, but I'll show you the back end too, and underneath. And I really would encourage anybody that's looking to get this kit to go with the Fox shock setup. It's about an extra $1,000, but if you know you're going to make an investment, especially on a diesel, really heavy truck, I would definitely say upgrade the shocks, because you want a nice ride out of it if you're going to be paying this kind of money. But that's the kit, and that's what it is. So not too many complaints. Like I said, I'm hoping the squeaking gets taken care of. It's very minor, but you know, for me, I'm very picky, so I noticed that. But it's nothing to, you know, probably most people wouldn't be too concerned about it. But that's the truck there. Like I said, 5-inch rough country suspension with 20 by 10 fuel mavericks with a -12 offset, and that's what it looks like. All right, there you go.